Hello, welcome to another episode of Innovating Instruction. This is where we are creating a new course on new media. Just for a little bit of background, I am a communications professor, and I've been doing this for a number of years, almost 20 now. And we have a new course at our college, which is going to be the new media course. And I thought, why don't I make new media using new media? And so that's what I'm doing. The broadcast is only slightly new media, but I'm very much using artificial intelligence, specifically ChatGPT, in order to generate ideas. And so I'm walking through this process with you, and I thought I'd record it and just be, um, sort of multi-layered with this. So where we are right now is uh, we are on. Let me increase this a little bit here. All right, we are about halfway through the course. Okay, so let's just increase this a little bit so you could read it a little easier. So last week we were doing the personal relationships, and now we're going on to intimate relationships. All right, now the intimate relationships, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking that there might be need for a trigger warning, especially around class 14 right here, the sexuality, stalking, and consent. That is, if we keep it there. Um, in fact, well, yeah, it's kind of like the dark side, and I think like the dark side. All right, cool. So, so basically, I'm going through. This is something that I generated earlier through ChatGPT, and now I'm going through with a fine tooth comb, and basically developing it more um, and polishing it. So week 6 we did, and ended with class 12. So now we have to renumber this to 13. I think actually, I think this might be one of the times where I actually like the way that it's broken down right now. Intimate relationships and online dating, um, and and then into long distance relationships. Hmm. Well, let's see what happens. Okay. So what I've done here is, um, I'll come back up to that, but I have. Let's go down to the last area here. What I did was I actually typed out my prompts beforehand. Okay. Oh, actually, here you go. Here is the revised schedule for weeks um, 7 and 8. Like, build out class 13 with a 90-minute lecture, including vivid examples, important people, cite sources. Be sure to, and so what I did was I kind of built this off of previous prompts. And so I'm like, be specific, have real examples. Don't just do hypotheticals. Okay. So here we go. We're going to do the new media course. I'm going to put that in there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go back up to, look, I'm already at 36 pages. So like, we're going to have like 60 pages of stuff when we're done. All right. So what I'm doing, here we go. Here we are. Here we are. All right. So week 8 makes it perfect for the midterm to happen right there. Boom. Copy that. Oopsie. Actually, I think I need to. Here we are. Okay. Oh, is it going to let me do it? There we go. Okay, intimate relationships. Welcome to class 13. Emphasize. Here we are. Okay. Welcome to intimate relationships, online dating. Emphasize the growth of the influence of the new media, rise of online dating, implications for intimacy, the role of authenticity. I like that. Navigating challenges. What does that mean? Catfishing, misrepresentation. Okay. Perils of share the fun findings of the study, perils of cyber dating, confessions of a hopeful romantic looking for love. Okay, we'll have to take a look at that. Oh, by the way, just to let you know that the so I make sure that it cites sources and has reading list, right? Um, what I do between episodes is I actually go through and I look up the articles and stories it says to use, and I'm experiencing um, spotty results. All right. So I'd say that there is a good number of the sources are just made up, that they don't really exist in any meaningful way. Okay. So let's just copy that. Here we go. We're going to go down to, let's go all the way down. So I added a new page. Boom. There we go. Now, remember what we do with this is that we change that to, I think it's a heading 2. That's right. So we have, nope, it's a heading 1. See, so it's building my table of contents right there. All right, so online dating. Match.com, significant impact of online dating apps, reference to study online dating critical analysis from the perspective of psychological science. Phubbing and its impact on phubbing and its impact on intimacy in couples. What is, oh man, am I just out of touch? Okay. I want to know so I want to know what the hell phubbing is. Phone snubbing. Oh, okay. I have heard of that. I just forgot. Okay. Intimacy in couples. Okay. Maybe it was earlier on in the. I've taken some time off in between episodes, so it's been a long time since the first episode. So I'm wondering if that was already covered. TED Talk. Oh, TED Talks are not bad. Oh, how I hacked. Oh, data-driven strategies. Oh, now that would be interesting. I'm gonna have to watch that one. Okay, so navigating challenges, addressing potential challenges, online dating, catfishing. We already talked about that. Pearls, real life success stories. How about dinner date dinner date distractions. You know what? I like how the detail that it came in certain, and so let's do that as well. Could always cut it down. This is more of a brainstorming, so it's always, lifting up, no putting down, right? Control V, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so I like the phubbing. It's fun to say. Fun to say. What are some things that so online dating? I do like the okay. Um, let's talk about I want to explain some um, interesting statistics about online dating. Yeah, and I want you to cite sources. So I don't know about you, but whenever I'm thinking about things like online dating, sometimes I want to know, I don't know, success rates. I remember hearing, I think like I forget if it was Match.com or one of the competitors that it really advertised their success rate when it came to how many people got married off of their website that met because of their app and it ended up marrying. I just went to a wedding recently that was a result of an online dating app. So I kind of want to not only that, but I think people are just generally interested in the statistical outcomes more so than some other new media things. And I don't know, I am. So um, only 30% of adults. Okay. 80% of singles prefer mobile dating apps. See, now I like that. I like the but 30% of adults have used it. That's only going to grow. I bet you anything. Okay. So I'm going to, and that's also really good for slideshows and lectures. It's interesting stuff. Okay. Boom. So how are we doing? Yeah, we've excellent. So we got one of these. I think that one is going to be a fun one. I have to think. I think that there's more to it, but I just kind of drawing a blank on how to make that one come alive right now. And huh, I'm gonna I got to put some more thought into it. But regardless, let's take a look and go into the next one. Oh, and now I want to go back here. Class. All right, now we're just gonna change that. I'm just gonna say, and so rather than having to scroll back up, now, boom, good. Class 14. Let's see what was it again? It was so online dating, long distance relationships. So that's man, that might be speaking to some student. Now, the online dating is definitely going to speak to a lot of college students. But long distance relationships, okay, let's take a look. Well, the welcome students thing is so stupid. Like, don't forget to welcome them. Anyways, highlight the prevalence of long distance relationship in the digital age. Outline key points to be covered during the lecture. Uh, Unique challenges. See, look at these stupid hypothetical examples. I told it not to do that. Highlight the work really conducted research on the dynamics of long distance digital communication, importance of communication tools like video calls. Okay, so we got some good studies. The role of media in long distance relationships. Journal of Social and Personal Relationships. Is that really a journal? I'm always surprised at all the journals that exist, the titles that they are, and there's editing board, editorial boards, and yeah. Anyways, cultural differences. That's good. That is good. I like that. Role of media, cultural and time zone differences. That is interesting. So that is also a factor in professional communication. So I'm wondering. If that comes up, just time zones in general, how much more important time zones are these days because of new media. The little things I revel in the little things. I like, oh man, time zones are so simple yet so profound, right? It makes things really difficult to schedule around other people's, if they're awake in the was to you in the middle of the night. This one's pretty good. I like it. I think I think it, notice though how I think what's happening is the more that I use this chat GPT in order, on I develop the same chat more and more. It seems to know what I'm looking for, right? And I saw that the new thing that you can start writing um, like rules and guidelines and things like that. And I haven't explored that enough, and maybe that would help out right now. But let's go here. Okay, let's go back up. Temporal relationship weeks, class 14. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. We want to do, I almost forgot. So we got to do heading 2 for this one, right? Right. We got to go to class 13 right here. Look how much you can generate in such a short amount of time. It is just insane. Got it. Boom. There we go. So now we got our working table of contents. All right. Long distance relationships. What is missing? So that's what I like doing. I'm like, oh, what did you generate? Um, and just making sure that it's kind of on point, that it just kind of meets the basics. But man, afterwards, now you get to let your imagination kind of go. You get to think about, what do you think? What is missing? What is what needs more elaboration? Research, Crystal Jing. Okay. Um, so studies. So any studies that chart how popular long distance relationships have become compared to the past. So I'm trying to be as specific as possible. I'm walking that. Any studies that chart how, while there might not be studies that directly compare popularity of long distance relationships, there are studies that discuss the prevalence of dynamics, long distance romantic relationships, and separation related symptoms in college students. That's perfect, right? So it's right on. The study discusses the prevalence of long distance relationships. I found that 25 to 50% of college students have experienced a long distance relationship at some point. Okay. Role of media in managing. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to do a little bit extra reading on this one. Okay. I will definitely get that one. And I might be careful because I might just be breaking somebody up, right? My teacher said that there's no chance that this long distance relationship is going to work. Oh, that would make me so sad to be the reason for that. I don't want anyone blaming me for it. Okay. Role of media in managing long distance relationships. Okay. Um, huh. Other. Uh, does anyone break down long distance relationships into different types with different names? That I so sometimes just knowing the different categories of something is really cool. Geographical, stage of relationship, origin of transitioning to distance, high school sweetheart transition, partners in pre-existing relationship, transition to a long distance. Oh, level of commitment, open and polyamorous, long distance. Whew. Okay, that's interesting. Geographical, temporary long distance relationship, partners are temporarily separated due to work, education, or travel. Stage of oh, so it's not stage of, okay, okay, temporary or permanent. Okay, I like that. That definitely could be broken down into a nice little slideshow. Let's do this. Okay, so there we go. Different types: open, casual, more relaxed, committed. Okay, those are nice. Those help kind of give it a little bit of depth. Otherwise, it might not. I don't know. You're not really saying much beyond that. And so, okay, and then last. explain the importance of new media in long distance relationships. Just like give it to me straight, give it to me direct. Okay. Um, Visual. Okay. So plays a significant role. There's instant communication, visual and auditory connection, virtual presence. Oh, yeah. Virtual reality. And okay. That would be okay. See how like you let the inspiration come, like just when you're reading through it, you're like, oh, you know what? Having an entire sort of section about how virtual reality might be affecting um, long distance relationships. Oh, nope, I was in the wrong spot. Okay, just paste that in there. All right, and uh, me something I'm just being kind of casual. The effect that about a real world effect um, that virtual reality has had on long distance relationships. Let's do virtual. So, if I want to have a little section in there that's specific about how virtual reality has affected it, virtual reality date and perfect date nights, heightened presence, shared activities, source, virtual reality, new couples in couples therapy. Hell yes. That's exactly what I'm looking for. All right. That looks fun. That looks fun. That looks fun. Here we go. Okay. All right. How we doing? Yeah, perfect. We're moving along perfectly. Okay. Look how like now I'm into this rhythm where every class meeting I generate just a whole slew of ideas in 10 minutes and I can move on. Right? So it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Now let's go down here. We're going to do boom, class 15. Oh, no, 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 don't need that. So I'm going to go back here. Now, real life examples. Start with a trigger warning. All right, class 15 is stalking, harassment, just sexuality. Okay. So I got to remember to put that in there. Begin acknowledging sensitive nature of topics to be discussed. Yay. Emphasize the importance of creating safe and respectful environment. I like that intro better. Understanding online harassment and cyber stalking. Define it. Share story of just the stupid. Those things are getting edited out. The hypothetical examples. Okay. Navigating consent in digital spaces. Yeah, hell yeah. Even in virtual relationships, discuss. Okay, now I do remember. Oh man, but I think that happened after 2021. Remember, ChatGPT isn't plugged into the internet since 2021. So the things that happened recently aren't necessarily included in its data set. Exploring digital sexuality. Okay. Um, Mutual comfort, boundaries, consent when explicit online, reference to studies, sexting and sexual behavior, share on insights from about consensual sharing of explicit content in their relationship. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, so this is good. Uh, there is a term called revenge porn. So, The significance of revenge porn type sources. So I'm going to try to keep it as academic as possible. ChatGPT has some pretty good guardrails on it. I really do appreciate them, so they don't start getting a little, too explicit or anything like that. I love the fact that it's really the way that it's geared. It seems to be right. Okay, non-consensual pornography, right? Image-based abuse, like it refers to the act of sharing explicit or intimate images of videos, persons without their consent. Here's a significant violation of privacy, psychological and emotional trauma, impact on relationships, online harassment and bullying, legal and career consequences, erosion of trust. Yeah. Cultural and societal. I want to look at that. Revenge porn highlights broader issues related to consent, technology, gender dynamics, digital ethics. Great topic. Digital ethics. It promotes discussion about online safety. Digital ethics. That's going to be coming up again. Okay. So, extra section, or at least it was just inspired by that one. Let's take a look. Okay. Addressing online harassment. Give me more detailed. What was it? Give me more detailed strategies to address online harassment and cyber stalking. I don't want to gloss over that. So, everyone's going to be aware of the problem. Okay, everyone's going to be aware of it, and so that is, I think that the the thing I want to focus on is the what you can do about it. Document everything. Block and limit interaction. Report to online platforms. Preserve evidence. Contact law enforcement. Consult legal professionals. All right. Okay. Encourage legislation and advocacy. That would be. I like that. Significance and impact. Oh, we're going to want to. Oh, hold on a second. Let me make sure. Okay. Legislation and advocacy. So I want to come up to where is week 8. So we want to go. We're going to have heading 1. Heading 2. Now, okay. Now, intimate relationships. I don't think that. I'm not sure that would be the same as sex work, but that seems like it might be. I'm wondering what sort of role sex work would have in. So we have self, personal, intimate, professional. Wait, we have 3 weeks of professional, legal and ethical, privacy and personal data, misinformation, new media and politics, future trends and ethical considerations. Uh, hmm. Business marketing, new media, entertainment, streaming services, new media and education, equity, access, digital divide, privacy, intellectual property, and freedom of speech. Hmm. Hmm. Wondering if sex work belongs anywhere in there. Professional. Huh. It wouldn't. I would not put it with education though. Entertainment and education might be in the same thing. So online collaboration. Well, harassment. Why is collaboration and harassment together? I might have to take those apart. Okay. So you see, like I'm getting in, I'm getting a little bit of an inspiration to talk about sex work because there's, a lot of online stuff about that, but um, I don't want to put that in intimate relationships because I don't know, sex work doesn't seem, even though it's sexual, doesn't necessarily make it intimate, right? You follow? Like I wonder if I'm way off on that. I hope I'm not way off on that. Like, let me know. But I'm kind of like, it's not just like it's, yeah. So if I had like education and entertainment in the same week, and if I had uh, mm, networking and market, okay, I don't know. I think I might have to think about this a little bit more. Class 9 algorithms, privacy, misinformation, disinformation, 14, 15, 16. Ugh. Man, I'm torn a little bit. I'm gonna have to give this a little bit of extra thought before I really commit to what I'm gonna do. Also, you can't talk about everything. All right, like new media is way too big. This is kind of just like a survey course, and so through a survey course, that you're gonna have to make choices about what you don't cover. And I think maybe that's just something that doesn't get covered just because it doesn't really have a good place that it could find itself. But next episode might be able to put a little bit more thought into if that is included in the course and where it would be if so. But I'm not feeling it being put into the intimate relationships section. I think that, yeah, I think people that participate in sex work on either side should not consider them intimate relationships. But I've been wrong about things in the past, and I think that one is kind of complicated enough where I would really love to see what other people have to say about it. All right. Okay, so next time when we come back, we're going to get started on that big old professional section. So this was basically like the midterm section, and the midterm was dealing with like interpersonal relationships, right? So the first half is very like, this is the self, this is your relationship with significant others, this is about intimate relationships. And now we're going to kind of transition into a broader sort of approach where you're talking about professional, legal, educate, all those different aspects as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I think that you can even go to ChatGPT and say, "Hey, um, generate 50 questions for a midterm or this one." I might do that in between episodes and show you the results. Okay. All right, everybody. Hope to see you joining me back next week when we talk about that. Bye.